Who fought in your family?
Oh, I have all the answers already.
I'm not a size 0, which is the worst thing in the world if you're a bride. Taking your boob and pulling it on one side.
How do you budget for a wedding?
Walking around the hotel room, my pants tear open, okay?
Anything truly be 50-50?
No. People are always going to complain.
Paneer was all
Signs it and he burns it.
Today I have with me some wonderfully beloved faces. We have Jheel, Raunaq, and Saniya.
Hello.
And they actually all have one very bizarre thing in common. They have been with their partners for years and years and years. Today we're going to be deep diving into the world of wedding planning. Not just from, the beautiful rosy picture that you see. You hated about it, who fought in your family.
Oh, I have all the answers already. I was an agreeable groom. That's not a bad thing.
But were you involved with the planning?
I was available at all the planning. But I was like, whatever you want. Sorry if this sounds like this thing. Women have been taught more that, okay, you'll be a bride when you grow up.
Yeah.
So my wife had a certain type of wedding that she wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, cool, I'll come. If I'm invited, I'm here. so
Honestly, I think a lot of women are leaning into that now because I've seen so many shadi posters where it says Saniya's wedding featuring Prajay.
Yeah. My biggest thing was food and alcohol. My wedding, luckily, we all had interests where we just treated it like a college festival where we literally had departments that you keep the emotion out of it as much as possible.
Okay, so when did y'all get married? In what years? How much time did you have between getting engaged and married?
I got married in December 2024 and we got engaged in December 2022.
I got married 16th August 1947. as soon as I became an Indian.
You look fairly young for,
I got married in November 2019. We were dating since 6 years before that, so we didn't do like a engagement ceremony or anything. On her birthday the previous year, I gave her a ring.
Was it a surprise?
Yes, it was.
Proud of you. How did you execute that?
Oh, I have the best story. Firstly, I obviously picked what I had to from her Pinterest. I have a friend who's something in diamonds and I sent it to him. Obviously ran it by her mom. On the night before her birthday, I told her that me and my cousin brother and her brother are going to get out and meet her back to wish her at maybe 11:30. And obviously, it was a great way to egg her on to be like, I'm coming wherever y'all are going. You're not leaving me on my birthday. I was like, we'll fucking meet you at your birthday, whatever. Get out. Get out. So then we get into the car and then she gets into the car with us. I proposed to her at some point after annoying her throughout the ride. Whenever this fight goes, this is the one time I can win so hard.
So Prajay and I have been dating for the last 15 years. So it's been like fucking forever. First boyfriend. And now first husband, hopefully last. Got engaged in 2024, December. He proposed in Goa. It was great. I had no idea it was coming. It was really fun. All our friends flew down. There was a cow that came and sat on top of the setup and ate all of it. So
Wait, can I?
Is this real?
Yeah.
What
I
all
have
is-
footage. My sister and one of our best friends was tasked with the responsibility of decorating Anjuna Beach, which is ugly as shit already, right?
Right.
And Prajay and I are sitting across from each other, and he is like, okay, let's order. And I was like, okay, and I'm looking, I'm like, oh, can we get a fish? And he's like, let's not order. And I was like, okay, what happened? And he was like, oh, the sun was setting and they had to take photos, and the photographer, also a friend, did not bring his flash, so we had to take photos ASAP. So they're like, okay, propose ASAP. So he's like, okay, let's go play badminton on the beach. And I was like, excuse me. And he's like, yeah. And the thing is that Prajay and I met because we played badminton in our building together. So he's like, come, let's play badminton on the beach. I'm like, I'm not playing badminton on Anjuna Beach. No. And he was like, no, I had this dream that you and me were on the beach and we were playing badminton and the sun was setting and I want my dream to come true. And I was like, fucking fine. So I serve and obviously the shuttlecock falls on the ground and Prajay starts walking away from me. And I was like, what the hell are you doing? So now I'm picking up the badminton racket, picking up the shuttlecock. And he's trying to lead me to this one fake ass flower pit. So my friend Mustancer literally went to the cow and he was like tapping the cow. He's like, please move, please move. They also got like these really tiny like firecrackers, which was supposed to like just like fulgari type go up and it just went fat, and I started crying because I was really overwhelmed by everything.
At this point, have you realized?
No, that's wrong. What has happened? I thought it was like a havan for a dead body or something. That's how the flower setup was. He takes out a fortune cookie and gives it to me. And again, our first date, we stole a bunch of fortune cookies. One fortune cookie. So I'm like, why didn't you get two for both of us? So I open the fortune cookie and I give him half to eat. So I put it in his mouth. He bites my finger. I'm screaming at him now. And then I open it and then it says, oh, Sanu, will you marry me?
I wanted to get proposed on 22nd February 2022.
Oh, wow.
I made that very clear to him.
Oh, wow.
It happened because I hadn't told my dad about him at that point.
And how long had you all, because you went to school together, right?
Yeah, so there's not really a date as such, but give or take like 9 years. Because
That's
in
cool.
our engagement, like when he proposed, he gave me a ring with 9 diamonds, so that it represents the 9th year of our friendship, love, whatever you want to call it. One of our friends had flown in from the States and he was leaving on 25th. And I am a person who really likes sharing my happy moments. So I was sure of it that whenever this happens, I want our school friends around. We have the same circle of friends, so that's what I wanted. I'm just like, okay, just 3 days, it's either now or never. So I got my nails done, I'm ready, I'm just waiting. Today somebody will come pick me up, today somebody will come pick me up. And then on 24th, my best friend came. I knew something was happening, so it was not like they had to make something up. And then I was blindfolded. She took me to this very beautiful rooftop restaurant, and everybody was there. It was all set up. It was perfect. It was picture perfect.
No cows.
There was a rooftop. There's no way a cow.
I feel like Jheel's engagement was this moment on the internet because so Jheel's been in front of the camera since you were what, 5, 6?
Yeah, 9. Yeah.
9?
Wow.
Yeah.
Were you a child actor?
Yeah.
Yes.
Was
It's
it
a
a
very
movie?
popular show. I'll give you a clue. Yes. If people are going to pay attention to a wedding, right? You may as well then make it what you want it to be,
Absolutely,
right?
yeah.
So what was the thing that you really enjoyed, and what was the thing that you wish that didn't happen? Also, by the way, Raunaq, your wedding has gone viral on the internet as well.
Has it?
Yes. If you open YouTube, I think it's because your show has gone viral, so now your wedding video keeps getting circulated.
My wedding video is on.
Yes, and it's with like it's celebrating your furry friends and stuff too.
Yeah, my dogs were at my wedding too. That was a big part of my 5 friends. my 2 dogs. My 2 dogs. That was a big part of how we wanted to do it, because we were like, we're not gonna get a babysitter or a dog sitter or whatever. We don't want to not have them. So we had to look for at whatever venues was going to be dog friendly, because that was your primary criteria.
So yours was dog friendly. What was your primary criteria?
I just wanted to be 3 or 4 hours away from Mumbai so that I don't have to invite everybody my parents know.
Fair enough.
I wish I thought of that one. The amount of random people I met at my reception, and I was like, Dad, I'm sure you also hardly know this person. And my dad was like, at least don't say it in front of this guy.
Of course. That whole obligation, Leena Dina situation. But so yours was where exactly?
It was in Gujarat, Vapi,
Okay.
so it's like 4 hours away from here.
My biggest issue in this whole wedding thing was, if I could change one thing of the way I did it, is I wouldn't have spent the money I spent on my wedding and my Sangeet lehenga. I honestly think it is the most wasteful expense ever, and I had a miserable experience working with the designers.
Name and shame.
I'll name and shame. No, I will. You can keep this.
That's cool.
I worked with Mukul Arora, Ijaz Couture.
What the hell, Mukul?
Yeah.
I kind of like purchased most of my outfits from the same designer.
Okay.
So I not only got like a heavy
You got a
discount,
Who's your designer?
House of Ira.
How's the vibe?
Yeah. And they customized the colors, the sleeve lenses, everything they were customizing for me. So,
and I'm not a size 0, which is the worst thing in the world if you're a bride, because they think you're the ugliest bitch on the planet. all your sample sizes in every store is made for the runway model. So it is actually a really awful and humiliating experience to go for these trials.
Mukul, yeah.
Mukul, I'm talking directly at you, at everybody.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's a miserable experience because these women come in with you and then they're like taking your boob and pulling it on one side and putting something else, and it's extremely humiliating and very awful, and the whole experience that's supposed to be exciting and fun becomes really vulnerable and awful and just a terrible experience.
I feel like there is this, wedding premium on every single thing, right? You buy a normal flower, it costs X amount, but you say that's for a wedding, then they'll charge you 10X.
Wedding tax.
Yeah, the wedding tax. Did you smartly get around that?
I saw a video today on the internet of some makeup artist who said that I charged this person according to a trial, and then they put on their makeup and then they were not answering their phone and being shady, and then they went to me for the actual engagement.
So happened to me as well. I used to do makeup when I was in college as well, like as a bridal makeup artist.
Oh.
And that actually happened to me twice as well.
Yeah, which is really sick.
Yeah, because I would have done a much better job on you if you were the bride, and obviously there are
you mean like that?
Yeah,
efficiencies also.
It's actually good to know both perspectives. So for you as someone who's worked in the industry, you're like, I want to know what it is so I can, make sure that I give you the best output.
Exactly.
And you're kind of
But
saying...
if you're doing a trial, you would do a trial as per that's how it'll look, right?
So, you don't do a full trial.
So I'll tell you what happened. I first when I read it, I was like, a shady client, right?
Yeah,
Then I read the comments, okay, and the comments, everybody was just like, hey, fucking makeup artist, you always charging extra, serves you right. Okay, so I was like, that's not fair. Okay, so then I read some more. Okay, but I read some nuanced arguments. Okay,
Wow, you have a lot of time.
Oh, I have a lot of time. I knew I was coming here.
This is research, Avanti.
I love it.
No, I'll tell you what. Because I kept trying to draw parallels to, like, the other thing I could think of was like if like a production house tells me, hey man, write a script for me as a sample, and if it's good, then maybe we'll do more.
Yeah.
And then I allow him to pay me a sample amount, and then he makes a fucking Golden Globe movie out of it.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
The same service that you're doing for this person, does it become a different price as soon as you come to know it's a wedding day?
For brides it does end up.
So that's like saying if I give you this cup, and you tell me how much is it for, and I say, oh, it's for 100, and then I ask your name, and then you say something Ambani, I say, oh sorry, I meant 10,000.
Well, your premise, I understand, right? Like this cup is normally 5 rupees, but the second you say wedding, it's 50. I understand that it shouldn't have that big of a jump. I also understand that there shouldn't be something that, feels like it's being penalized, right? But I will say, if I felt like most of the people who are vendors in a wedding, right, which is basically people in the creative industry, if I felt like they were all generally fairly paid, then I would understand your argument. But most of them are not fairly paid for most of the things that they do. So if the one place they can cash out as a wedding, I'm okay with it, right? For you as a comedian and a performer, you might do a corporate show or a wedding for the same thing, right? Like again, if I felt like an accountant is not going to say, Are Ambani is going to pay me 10x more versus somebody else. Yeah, but that's because they have a fair price pay that they can charge, and most people will be okay with it, right?
Not like there's only one makeup artist. You can find one within your price range.
That's true.
And then pay them the fair amount. Like
I can be a makeup artist also.
Absolutely. I might charge 2,000 rupees.
No, 2,000 if it's not a wedding.
Of course.
20 lakhs.
20 lakhs. Word shadow at a wedding, I've always been like
crazy.
Yeah.
You need them.
But calling them a shadow is...
That's insane. You guys had shadows?
We did. We had shadows.
Wow.
We had shadows.
Wow.
It's not shadowing because they're quite literally
shadowing.
They are shadowing you.
out.
Correct.
I feel like you could say understudy. I feel like, there's other ways.
Yes. I am not doing an understudy at all. You do not get to be an understudy at my wedding. You don't get to sit on the bench as a substitute.
Russians ever stop being at weddings?
It's
a really weird thing. I think
my God.
The Russian models at the weddings is just
too much.
I'm not sure whether people are trying to reverse colonize at this point, but I have seen weddings in which there is a woman friend who has been hired to simply stand there as an exhibition piece, and people are picking off food off her body.
My love, they have not thought
that's
of
a
reverse
Kanye-
colonization at all.
Yeah. Kanye West did this at a party also. Right? Yeah.
They are just like, oh, sundar si gori chitti larki ko la, beech mein Russian model, and let's pick up food off.
I think it's just
What
about.
nonsense.
I think it's just about showing off extravagance
And money.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I have so much money. I had all of these Russian models to come and be statues at my wedding.
Speaking of money, how do you budget for a wedding?
Fine.
You budget and then you just exceed it.
I just. I honestly, I'll be so real with you. I did not know much about the money.
Yeah.
I went to my dad and I was like, what can we do? What do you want to do? He was like, this. I was like, cool. What he could afford, we did.
And how do you discuss budgets between the two sides? Does
Yeah.
it become let's say one side can afford more, the other one can't. Do you just match each other? Do you do it proportionally, equitably?
I think based on your guest list. I think the fair
Yeah,
thing is
yeah.
number of guests
Yes,
that
like
you are
that.
bringing. You divide based on that.
And
Yeah.
what we also did was like, if I wanted a certain thing, then I wouldn't like put it on his family because I wanted, and
Yeah.
vice versa. So it was kind of sorted that way.
Yeah.
But definitely, whatever you think something is going to cost, it just costs way
Way more.
more.
Yeah. The only thing I ever had for my wedding day was that I want to wear like a nice pinstripe suit, like a good mafioso double-breasted
Oh, nice,
pinstripe
nice,
suit.
nice.
Okay, and she liked another one, blue one, and that was like not double-breasted.
It's a double-breasted suit.
Like that.
Yeah. So basically, my
interesting.
my tailor's got the guts that sir मैं थोड़ा loose रखता हूँ आप थोड़े मोटे हो रहे हो. So I was like, motherfucker, next month you see how I come, okay? And I lost like 7 kilos and came, okay? So then he had to like, so basically I got like 2 suits carved to my fucking body, okay? I was like in my best shape ever. There was a reception and then there was an after party. So she was like, you wear your pinstripes at the after party because like that's more party. At the reception you wear the blue one because that's more this thing, and also it will go better with what I'm wearing. And I was like, listen, this gangster will only wear pinstripes from morning to night. Okay, I'm walking around in the hotel room because I have this body fit suit. My pants tear open, okay? Okay, and Hannah goes, this is why I said 2 suits.
During a
Haldi, yeah.
in the bridal suite, I'm getting ready. Adi comes, he's like, "Kya crumple dikh raha hai? Go get iron it again."
Yeah.
He irons it and burns it. So like this becomes a hole right here. These things made it fun though. Like,
Yeah, it's
They're
okay.
the
It's a
memories,
fun story.
yeah. I'm someone who, when I approach everything I build, is very planned out. What advice would you give someone like me for my big day eventually?
yeah, don't plan. don't plan.
Just in life in general, you're planning anything, especially in our industry.
True.
You plan, and then God bless, whatever happens on the day happens on the day. And it's the same thing for a wedding. You plan as best as you can.
Yeah.
Try to think of every situation that could go wrong, and then 10 more will go wrong. I would say don't like fixate on it when it's happening because it is your big day or whatever, right?
Yeah.
It is your fun. So don't fixate on it in the moment because you want to have fun. So fuck it, it's okay as long as you're having a good time and they're not asking for dowry, it's fine.
Yeah.
Honestly, great advice for building a business. What is something that you can apply to both planning a wedding and something else? Being in bed, building a business, being on set.
I think it's more similar to building a business because it definitely polishes all your skills, especially your people skills, negotiating skills, budgeting, your this. I think it's more similar to a business.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you became more business minded after your wedding?
Definitely. And every time I was like, okay, I got a better price. It just like
Well, that's a
boosted
good
my
feeling.
confidence.
That's a good feeling.
Yeah.
That's a good
And
feeling.
you learn how to manage other people's money.
Yeah, and you learn how to delegate tasks.
Yeah.
You learn a lot of things while planning a wedding.
That's true.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you don't generally have to do. It's like having a team of like so many people under you, which might not really happen if you are doing a job or are an artist or anything.
Correct.
Management.
For y'all, since you've been with your partners for such a long time, right? There's people who get so caught up in the wedding planning. Did you plan for the wedding or did you also plan for the marriage? Do you know what I mean? Like, was getting married and marriage itself a new stage in your life?
I was more focused on the marriage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think when you're together for so long, also it's sort of it's something that you've been talking about. It's not, while yes, my proposal was a surprise, it's not like we hadn't spoken about what our plans are, what we want to do, especially because we've been long distance for so long. A big part of it was, where are we going to live? How are we going to do this? Are we going to do a long distance marriage? Guess yes. Maybe we didn't plan well enough, clearly. But it is something that you're constantly discussing, and I think it's very healthy for your relationship to be discussing what it is that you want in the future, because you don't want to reach a point and a stage where you're like, oh, we're married for 5 years, and he's like, oh, I don't want kids, and I'm like, I want kids. I'm like, wow, we should have really spoken about this earlier.
But I also will add to that it's also important to talk about money. You don't necessarily talk about it throughout your relationship.
Yeah.
When you're married, obviously you're gonna have some expenses together, etc., etc. And people tend to not discuss it.
Yeah, that's so true. Actually,
But it's actually quite important, because how else are you going to
Yeah, fair enough.
how you want to split things with your partner. However that is for you, that's on you.
Whether you want to pay for everything, he's paying for everything, it's 50-50, 70-30, whatever.
Can anything truly be 50-50?
No.
I met at a show recently. I heard of a couple that it's like very rigid on split wise, like the
Like every single thing is notarized.
I don't think
they have a split. That's crazy. Right? They were giving each other split, but they write on it, and then
too much.
and I was like, who owes who more? And she was like, I owe him more. And he was like, yeah, I was like, guys, this is crazy.
Okay.
You guys are
I
crazy.
don't think you need a split.
A split wise is crazy. Got married at 25, both of us, and I was more focused on let's look for a home. Where are we going to live? What are we going to do? Etc. Etc. And I took up more responsibility in doing that. Okay, now we have to figure these things out. It's not like I was the only one who was figuring it out, but she was like, okay, I'm going to do more of the wedding stuff, and then we figure it out.
Weddings are when your families get involved, and you realize you've not spent as much time
with the other person's
family. And even if you have, there are things that come up during a wedding,
such as money is sensitive.
I think money comes up for sure. I think you also realize how conservative or not conservative your partner's family is as well. It's small things also. See, I put bread in the fridge. He doesn't. Right? It's something as stupid as that.
He puts it on the table.
He puts it on the kitchen counter. So I think it's things like that, but it's also things like, okay, they believe.
I'm so glad you understood what I was trying to say. Thank you, Avanti. This is why I keep calling Avanti on my show.
But then there's also like bigger things, like some people are extremely religious about certain things, like conservative about certain things. They have certain beliefs. They have family that are also, you have to also ignore. I think many times it happens is you meet someone's family and it's the first, like their immediate family you love, but then there'll be an auntie or uncle somewhere who'll say something which will offend you. And I think that happens regardless. We're Indians, we're offensive people, and we are easily offended, and everyone's just on edge and ready to complain at any point. You can do everything right according to someone's beliefs, and there'll still be people who come and be like, oh, paneer was awful, bro. It was the worst paneer I've eaten in my life. Your wedding had the worst paneer. Like, people are always going to complain. You can never no food married. Like,
To answer your question about conflict, like with my family and her family, there was a lot of like planning conflicts, which is why I kept it separate. My wedding hashtag, and her name is Henna, my name is Raunaq, right? So our wedding hashtag was henpecked Raun. My pops doesn't even know what a hashtag is at that point, okay? And it's so funny. Someone finds out because they see like a save the date, which was not sent to like relatives. And my dad somehow finds out that there's some fucking hashtag, okay? And English is not his first language.
Fair enough.
So he doesn't know what henpecked means at this point. He's just like, whatever. Okay, then somebody comes and says that henpecked means that the woman is the boss or whatever. Okay, so my dad calls Henna's dad and he's like, yo, what the fuck is henpecked Raun? Why is it not Raunpecked hen? Okay, my dad's like, dude, just bring it up with the kids. I don't know. Okay, and my dad's like, listen, man, what is this hashtag? Mera beta Joru ka gulam hai kya? I called my pops and I was like, what the hell is your problem? Why are you doing this? So my dad keeps it down, okay, doesn't say anything. So at the reception, at the entry, this is like 4 months later, at the entry, we've told the receptionist, at the reception, we've told the decorator that when you enter, you see the henpecked Raun on a nice little background. You come and take a picture with it, and then you come and you go inside, okay? And that's after 4 months. That's the first time my dad hears I'd picked Raunaq again. Okay, so my dad secretly goes to the decorator and he's like, so where will it be? Okay, and it's like as soon as you enter, you see it first. Okay, so my dad is constantly trying to slyly tell the decorator, put it away. And then the decorator's like, okay, cool, the groom's dad asked me to do it. So like this is the kind of dumb conflict there could be, right? It's like it's not even about money at this point. It's about like ego and yeah. So at that point, you as a bride and groom have to tell your parents, you guys are old, so please, you don't know what these things are, don't get into it.
Like we grew up with this, when you love someone, everything's gonna be okay. No, it's actually very important for your partner to also respect you and to respect you enough to stand up for you when it comes to his side of family and those kind of things as well. Love is not going to keep anything going. It's great to have love, it's very important too, but respect is as important, if not more.
If y'all could all, leave off and sign off with one piece of advice you'd have for anybody planning their big day, right?
Because of everything that was happening and because of all the expectations we were trying to control and all the conflict, I was also pretty heated about a lot of things, okay? And I happened to talk to my friend Balraj, who, you guys know Balraj, Habitat Balraj.
Yeah.
Or even Habitat Balraj.
Balraj will be like, hey, Raunaq, I'll give you.
That's it, Habitat Balraj. So Habitat Balraj calls me up. So anyway, so Balraj is, I don't know, out of nowhere, and that morning Balraj calls me up and he's like, yo, what time's the fair? I'm coming at exercise time. And I was like, yeah, I'd love to see you there. Then he says, hey, I gotta tell you, you're not the only one who's gotten married. So I don't know how yours is going, but there is going to be conflict today. There's going to be chaos today. But you're not going to get married on any other day apart from today. So this is going to be the best day of your life. I mean, of course, if you love your partner and you're looking forward to it, so then just fucking forget everything. And after that phone call, I was like, yeah, you know what? Fuck this. I'm not wasting this day being upset. And I really had the best day because of that.
Unrelated, but make spreadsheets your best friend if you're going to get married.
Hello, Excel.
Honestly, I feel like right after your wedding, you are probably the most primed to start a business.
Maybe I should start a business.
I think you should.
What's the business going to be?
I mean,
I actually have a business idea, but I'll shout it off camera.
Thank you so much. And the incredible people here, please go check them out for all the amazing things they do besides having talked about a big chapter in their life.
Check us out.
There's a lot.
Check us out. There's nothing else to me.
And don't get your lehenga from Mukul.
Oh man.
Mukul.
But no, please go check out Jheel, Raunaq, Saniya, and Raunaq, thank you for being the best production assistant ever.
Yo, always. You're my best guest, I'm your best guest.
Love it.
Let's go.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye.
But I also didn't want to get auntie and be like, I know you get shy.
The tension is so strong. Oh, I wanna go there. I can see it in